Hi, this is Jonathan Rosen here, the Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Pasha Tetzaveh and the war in Israel is titled Continuing, No Matter What. In this week's Pasha, we continue to learn about the Mishkan, and we read at the beginning of the Pasha about the Ner Tamid, this constant light that was burning in the Mishkan. And we continue to commemorate this with the Ner Tamid that we have in shuls, in the shul above the Aron. We have this light that's constantly burning, the Ner Tamid. But in the times of the Mishkan and the Beis Hamikdash, it was the light, one of the lights of the menorah that would never go out. It was constantly burning. And we can see this in the Mishkan, that there's this theme, this motif of tamid, of tamidut, of something which is of continuity, of something which is constant. Not only with the ner tamid, but also with the lechem hapanim. From week to week, there was the bread there was always the bread that was replaced. There was a constant turnover of the old bread with new bread. There was never a time when there was never lechem hapanim. There was also the fire that was constantly burning on the mizbeach, and there was also the carbon itself, the carbon tamid. So we see built into the fabric of the way that the Mishkan functions in the Beis Hamikdash, the way that it functions is this inbuilt message of continuity, something which is constant and never goes out and never stops. And certainly with the Ner Tamid, we can view it as this light, this source of strength, of direction, of strength that is never extinguished, and it's always there, burning, to giving a source of encouragement, support, and blessing as well. And we can look at this in the context of the war, and certainly from a national level and an individual level, when we are still faced with challenges and hardships. In order to overcome this, you need to be able to draw on an internal resource. And this internal resource, from a psychological perspective, is resilience. And this resilience, from a theoretical perspective, is how we explain how a person overcomes challenges and is able to face challenges and get through it. But what is the ingredient? What makes up resilience? So in the research, it's been referred to by Angela Duckworth as being grit, what she terms grit. Grit is this internal strength, this resilience. And she says that grit is made, through the research, grit is made up of passion and determination. If you have passion and determination together, that equals this grit, this resilience, that you're able to go through difficulties and challenges, and you have a goal that you're directed towards. When you have a certain objective that you're trying to achieve, you'll go through whatever challenges and hardships in order to achieve that. And throughout the process, the person is not focused on receiving rewards or recognition, but rather the end goal, and the passion and determination and the resilience is what helps a person to see themselves through the whole journey, through the whole way, in order to achieve their final objective, the final goal. And this is the resilience that a person needs. This is the grit that a person needs. And if we look at this situation at the moment in Israel, and you can ask the question, what makes the country Israel, what makes Am Yisrael as a people so resilient? We can look at it from this understanding of grit, with grit being this resilience which is made up of passion and determination. Because whatever perspective on the spectrum of religion or on national identity, there's this belief that Israel is our land, whether it's to build it up as a national land through the state of Israel, whether it's through Kedushas Haaretz. There's this understanding and determination to ensure that we can live here and we can live in Israel, and that the Jewish people can establish their homeland in Eretz Yisrael. And this is the goal, this is the objective. And there's an immense passion for this objective, this belief in Israel, Eretz Yisrael, being our homeland, the place where we want to live. And this is something which is not only passion, but also determination. And that is what makes up the resilience. And that is what we can see through this war and through all the wars that Israel has been through, throughout its history of Am Yisrael and the state of Israel now as well. The passion and determination is unbreakable in a sense. It's just such a powerful ingredient that makes up grit and resilience. And that is the key, that you can say, the key secret behind what makes Israel and Am Yisrael able to overcome its challenges throughout its history, because they're focused on the end goal. They're focused on the process of reaching its end goal, of living in Eretz Yisrael. And this hopefully can give us a message of understanding how we are able to get through this war, through this message of tamid, of continuity, that we know that we have this internal resource, this ner tamid that everybody has, this internal strength and power, which is made up of passion and determination that can never be extinguished and will not. It burns constantly, and we draw on this internal resource, which can be referred to as resilience or grit, to help us get through this challenge. And we, at the same time, in order to succeed, is this continuity day after day, to constantly keep on going and keep on going, not to allow something to become habitual, but that it will be that to make it into a habit, but it shouldn't be habitual. Continuity, something which is constant, that can never be extinguished, which is there from day to day, but is never taken for granted. And we draw on that strength, we draw on this grit and resilience, and we recognize and appreciate and tap into this passion and determination in order to make the most and to maximize this ner tamid that we have on an individual and national level to get through this difficult situation at the moment with the war in Israel. Have a great Shabbos and keep well.